Hey everyone, Shortom here, and welcome back to Metroid Prime! In the last episode, we found this abandoned spaceship, and we stopped here at this very menacing door. And in this episode, we're gonna be going inside the menacing door and finding out whatever is inside. I'm sure all the dead space pirates have a lot to tell. I mean, look. They're still warm. Oh, God. Ugh. Fine. I'll look into it. What's going on? Say hello to the Parasite Queen, our first boss. So, since she is our first boss, we have a scan to do. Every boss you need to scan, as stupid as that is, you need to. So anyway, this is the Parasite Queen. It's a giant parasite that has been modified somehow. Modified as in mutated. Yeah. Anyway, it can fire weapons-grade blasts from its mouth, and it can really hurt us. But luckily, its weak spot is in his mouth, like all enemies tend to have. So, we'll just shoot the crap out of her. Now, the game did mention something earlier called the Strafe, and basically, all they're saying in regards to strafing is tapping B when locked on. So, like, not single tapping it, because that's a jump. Like, double tapping it while moving in a direction, because that's how the strafe works. And luckily, the Parasite Queen is pretty simple, because she is now dead. And she falls into this really convenient pit down below her. With all the fire and death. But because this is a Metroid game, that means that things are about to explode and we need to get the heck out of here. So, this is what I meant about we're never coming back to this area, because we really aren't. We have 6 minutes and 45 seconds, essentially, to get the heck out of here, which is, quite frankly, more than enough time. Now, when we're up here, you need to scan that. Well, you don't need to scan that, but it saves you time, because the turrets can be turned off. Wow, that looked like it hurt. So I'm just gonna ignore the space pirates, because most of them are dead or will soon be dead. So I'm not gonna worry myself about them too much. However, there are parasites everywhere, which, under normal circumstances, they might be dangerous. I don't know. The game seems to think they will be, but quite honestly, like, you could walk into a horde of parasites and come out of it with the same amount of health that you started with. Simply because they usually drop so much health that you'll gain it back as you're losing it. So, I really don't worry too much about stopping the parasites. That door vent thing I kind of worry about, because it didn't want to open sometimes. Like, I've had times where it didn't want to open for, like, a couple minutes, and I didn't know what, like, was the trigger to get it to open. Why didn't the missile go? And you have to kill those two, really? You have to kill those two turrets, because if you don't, the door will not open, which I guess is kind of fitting at this point. So there are no turrets here, so we can just open the door and keep on going. And this next big hallway here, you want to open the door but not go much past it though. Come on, there you go. Because that thing's there. I don't know if you can actually get killed by it, because I've never actually stuck around to get myself killed. But you should have plenty of time to make it past that thing. Speaking of time... look who it is! Gasp! It's Ridley? No way! I thought Ridley was dead. No. Yeah, Ridley is in this game, if you did not know, which really, how can you not? Really quick, before we go anywhere, I know I don't normally do this, but there are scans over here. They're not necessary, but they essentially just talk about Meta Ridley. And I find it fascinating because they're in such a place where you wouldn't really think to look. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but at the same time, it's like, huh. And there's another turret. And, ow. Let's scan this. Can I scan it, please? Thank you. And because this is a Metroid game, we also have managed to lose everything. Like, everything. All I can do is jump and shoot at this point. So, yeah, we're not in good shape, but we're making it. Now we have to wait for the room to depressurize. And that is our last door. So we have made it out of here with approximately 3 minutes to spare. Also, just to let you know, there are space pirate corpses just littering the outside. I'm pretty sure I'll be flying past one soon. Yep. There's a big explosion with space pirate corpses. Something that I didn't know existed until I had component cables. So for some reason we have lost Ridley, even though he's really big, and I have no idea how you could lose sight of something that big. But now we are doing some land-based recon, which simply means walking around and hoping that we find anything. But on a positive note, this planet is beautiful. Welcome to the Talon Overworld, folks. No, I do not want to save. I do not want to save. There we go. So look! It's raining! It's beautiful! The rain bounces off of my arm cannon! Oh my god! Yeah. I love the graphics in this game. I mean, this game came out in what? Like 2001, 2002? And I know that the graphics on the Wii, like the Trilogy Edition, weren't as good as the original GameCube ones, but man. Anyway, before we go in here, you kind of hear the little rumbling. The earthquake tremors? Yeah, that's because they're these guys. So these are kind of gonna be one of the more common enemies that we'll find in the Talon overworld. We'll even see them a bit in other locations too, but they're gonna be all over the place, but they won't be too much of a threat. And here's another thing. You need to scan that too. There's so many things you need to scan! Only ingenious clevers dare to devour it. So yeah, there's a couple things we need to scan right now. I know that this is a little boring, but once we get these scanned, we won't have to scan them again. And so this is a zoomer. The zoomer and, if I can get up here, the gamer, ow, are kinda, they're a throwback to the original Metroid. So that's kind of a nice nod to the earlier games. I got hit by that too, my god. I don't even know why I'm up here, because I'm not supposed to be up here. I don't know what I'm doing. My god, I'm breaking everything and I'm horrible. Yes, you're supposed to go this way. Well, ow. The reason I went up there was to get the scan of the gamer. So yes, this is the elevator to the Chozo ruins. Even though we just got to the Talon overworld, this is where we're supposed to go. Nice little area transition / loading screen, wasn't it? Oh, that one's actually scanned already, right?
Data received.
So now these are essentially this game's hint system. I can turn them off in between episodes, but essentially all this does is it gives you a direction to go. It says, there's something going on in this room. Why don't you go check it out? It doesn't tell you how to get there, it just tells you need to go there. Now, this is the last piece of lore that you need to watch out for. And frankly, it's probably one of the easier ones because there's actually a visual effect on the overworld. Because you see how there's kind of that watery effect? Well, if you scan it,
Recorded to logbook.
this is Chozo lore. So I'll read this one too. The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however. The Chozo who colonized Talon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. We Chozo choose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our worlds from time to time. Words. My god. Yes, I can read. So yes, and then once you read the lore, the watery effect is gone. So the Chozo lore is actually one of the easier ones to spot, simply because of that. So this is the Chozo ruins. That was the introductory area transition thing. I'm going to ignore you guys. We right now can't get very far because there's a blast shield blocking this door. So essentially it's saying, oh, you need explosive weapons, which, gee, I wonder what that could be. So right now we're limited to just going through this door. Well, we could go through some other doors, but we wouldn't get very far. And there's yet another creature to scan. And these are scarabs. They essentially work the same way that the parasites do. However, the difference is that they stop moving.
Recorded to logbook.
And there's another one. These guys are just essentially lasers in a hallway. We can't really deal with them right now other than temporarily stunning them. So that's what we're just gonna have to be happy with, I guess. So there's some Chozo lore over there if I can read this one better. Let's get rid of these guys first. And then scan this bad boy.
Recorded to logbook.
Many long years have passed since we Chozo first took root on this land. The passage of time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in other unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps, finally, the universe's secrets are becoming known to us. So, as we see there, the Chozo are... They, are seeing into the future, essentially. They're seeing things, and oh my god, I need to get out of the way. So these guys are really annoying. I'll talk more about the Chozo a little later. They are war wasps, and they are really freaking annoying because they never stop coming. Literally. The only way to stop them from coming back is to destroy the war wasp hive, which I'm now scanning. You have to destroy it with a explosive material that we do not have. So, ow! I'm gonna get in here! Hide! Yes. So now all the war wasps are now sitting outside going, "Where'd you go?" But I don't care. Also, real quick, if I can edge around this save station. You see this? It is a mirror. You can't really see it because I'm too close. Ow. No, I didn't want to save. There's another mirror elsewhere, but if you jump and you're close enough, you can see a reflection of Samus in the mirror. I'll show that off later. But for now, I'm gonna end it here because I really don't feel like going back out there with the war wasps. So, that's gonna be all for this episode. In the next episode, I'll be going back outside and we'll be essentially going to that room, hopefully, and figuring out what's going on. And hopefully getting some of our items back so we can make more progress. See you guys next time.